A lot of people around the world, rightly so, are asking this question. Why did Johnny Depp lose his UK libel case but largely won his US libel case? Especially when both libel cases, either side of the pond, involved essentially centering around the same main two witnesses who gave live evidence, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, revolving around pretty much the same instances, dates and times when Johnny Depp was accused of by Amber Heard of perpetrating domestic violence, and involving the same key deciding issue, who was making the other look very bad in public, or in legal speak, who was defaming who. So as a UK based lawyer, let me wade into this by giving you my 6 possible compelling reasons why I think Johnny Depp lost his UK libel case but largely won his US libel case. 1. Turning to the first reason, while it might have seemed the UK libel case was about Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, the UK libel case was in fact between Johnny Depp versus the executive editor of the Sun newspaper and News International Limited, the publishers of the Sun, which headlined an article, "Gone Potty, How Can J.K. Rowling Be Genuinely Happy Casting Wife Beater Johnny Depp in New Fantastic Beasts Film?" Johnny Depp claimed the articles, in the context of the Me Too movement, was libelous, with the, in quotes, very likely intended effect of the article was to finish the claimant's career, close quotes. The defendant relied on the defense of truth. The claimant beat his wife, Amber Heard. There then followed the defendant relying on 14 specific instances of physical abuse allegedly perpetrated by Johnny Depp on Amber Heard. And that's where Amber Heard came into the UK libel case, being the principal witness for the defendant to substantiate the defense of truth. Now compare this to the US libel case, which was between two private individuals claiming and counterclaiming defamation. Johnny Depp's US claim was based on an article written by Amber Heard herself in the Washington Post, alleging, without mentioning Johnny Depp's name, she was a victim of domestic abuse. And Amber Heard counterclaimed. So the significant difference between the UK and the US libel claims were the parties involved, and moreover, as such, the UK libel case was also about the importance of a newspaper's right to publish, that cherished freedom of expression, just as it is in the US, which I believe hung over the UK libel trial. And this factor, the right to publish, qualified, not absolute as it is, played out much more heavily in the UK's verdict than it did in the US libel case. The second reason why Johnny Depp may have lost his UK libel case but largely won his US libel case was down to the court of public opinion, which Johnny Depp won hands down, likely to have mattered to and influenced jurors compared with a single judge who decided the UK case, Judge Nichols. As such, jurors may have been persuaded by information other than what they heard in court, that is the court of public opinion, that mass of Johnny Depp supporters outside the courtroom each day, those thousands of clips showing and reinforcing why Johnny Depp should win and why Amber Heard should lose, including media commentators, lawyers, and repeated clips from the ongoing trial. Of course, the jury was repeatedly told not to watch any clips and to only make decisions based on what they heard in court. But jury members' phones were not taken away or internet access denied while sitting through a 6-week trial. And it was simply impossible not to surf the internet and various platforms and not come across the trial, especially the 19 billion hashtag called Justice for Johnny content, with the narrative that Amber Heard was not telling the truth about Johnny Depp, and much worse, against Amber Heard. Arguably, a single judge trained in focusing on evidence to assess strengths and weaknesses is less easily persuaded by that court of public opinion. The third reason why Johnny Depp may have lost the UK libel case but largely won his US libel case is that powerful testimony may not have been heard in the UK court case. This may be for a number of reasons. Maybe Johnny Depp's UK legal team didn't call a witness who was called by Johnny Depp's US legal team. I don't know. But what is certain is the UK libel case, Judge Nichols made some significant rulings on what evidence he would hear. That is what he considered to be admissible and relevant, and what evidence he would not hear, that is, would be inadmissible and irrelevant. In the end, there seemed to be more evidence heard in the US libel case than in the UK libel case, which didn't see the light of day, such as the evidence of David Kilaki or the extensive testimony related to psychological condition of Amber Heard, or testimony to contradict evidence given by Amber Heard, e.g. Kate Moss's evidence. And I'm sure you can think of more evidence not heard in the UK libel case, but was heard in the US libel case. I suspect Judge Nichols' goal was to steer a tighter ship on the issues he believed were of concern to the defamation trial, that is those 14 instances. And this is no criticism of the UK judge, but maybe hearing some of the testimony given in the US libel case, he may have reflected that some further evidence was relevant to hear and may have been persuaded by it to come to a different conclusion and verdict. We just don't know. The fourth reason why Johnny Depp may have lost his UK libel case but largely won his US libel case is about what happens when a witness loses credibility in front of a jury, and the House of Cards analogy. Another way of putting this is, how were those 14 individual instances treated by the single judge in the UK libel case compared with how the instances were treated by the jury in the US libel case? The UK single judge looked at each of these 14 complaints in isolation and made a finding that 12 of the 14 were made out. If you're interested, read how the judge summarizes each incident, identifies and explains the evidence with respect to each incident, and makes a finding, that is who he believes and what his reasons are for making those findings on each incident. It's really impressive reading. The US jury trial might not have been so forensic in looking at the accuracy of each incident and complaint individually and in isolation from the other to assess credibility of Johnny Depp or Amber Heard, but instead being more generalized, looking at the complaints as a whole to assess credibility. And where one complaint falls away, all the complaints fall away, like a house of cards. And it's clear from the verdict that jurors considered Amber Heard's account as not credible. Maybe that's because of her account may have been seen as inconsistent with statements she made, e.g. donations given as compared with pledges offered, or her account was seen as inconsistent with witness testimony of other live witnesses, or her account was not properly corroborated, and Johnny Depp's account was a simple, clear denial of being the abuser and an account that the abuse he suffered and pointed at Amber Heard as the offender. But here's the point. Once credibility with one incident is lost with a juror, like it appears to have happened with Amber Heard, her case seemed to have fallen like a house of cards. The fifth reason why Johnny Depp may have lost his UK libel case, but largely won his libel case, is the strategy employed by Johnny Depp's legal team, known as Davro, was allowed to be used in the US case, but not so much in the UK case. It's true that both the libel cases in the UK and the US trial, Johnny Depp's lawyers argued that Amber Heard was lying. To make their case, they attacked her character and claimed that she was in fact the abuser. This is known as the Davro strategy: deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender, or Davro. The strategy reverses and turns the tables, accusing the alleged victim of being the actual abuser. According to one lawyer here in the UK, he believes the single judge recognised that strategy and dismissed a lot of the evidence that would have turned the tables. While judges can see Davro's strategy, jurors are more susceptible to it. The sixth and final reason why Johnny Depp might have lost his UK libel case but largely won his US libel case may be down to effective advocacy skills in persuading the jury, which might not have worked in the same way to a single judge. Advocacy skills are vital, and lawyers here, called solicitors or barristers, just like in the US, are trained on how to be effective advocates. Effective advocates are less impactful on judges, and more senior ones at that, and more effective on a jury, whether in the US or the UK. And just as a side point, I thought the Johnny Depp legal team was more effective in persuading the jury than Amber Heard's legal team. I'm only going to make one point about being an effective advocate in front of a jury, which is effective advocacy, is also about showing strength and confidence about your client's case to a court. That's found in the advocate believing their client's instructions, but also the advocate's tone, not a pleading tone, but a sharpness at the end of a question. Watch some of the clips and compare the advocates and learn from Camila Vasquez, because she was absolutely fantastic in her questioning and cross-examination. I'm sure the barristers were excellent in the UK case, but the point made is this: effective advocacy skills, as we saw in the US TV, to a jury are more impactful on a jury than on a single judge. And on my YouTube channel, Community Legal Education, watch 7 secret ways lawyers undermine a witness's credibility if you're interested in learning more. But what do you think? Why do you think Johnny Depp lost in the UK but largely won his libel case in the US? Your comments are always welcome. Follow, like and share.